Joining me right now is the Center for Immigration Studies Senior National Security Fellow and author of Overrun, How Joe Biden Unleashed the Greatest Border Crisis in U.S. History, Todd Bensman, back with us. Todd, great to see you. Thanks very much for being here. What do you make of these new pictures? Apparently, drug cartels members armed with guns, shotguns, coming into Texas.
Well, I think that really just underlines the fact that the Mexican cartels have operational control over large segments of the border from the Gulf of Mexico all the way to Tijuana. We don't often see photos of it. These were taken in Fronton, Texas. I have been to Fronton many times. That town is virtually controlled by the cartels on the U.S. side. Lots of drug trafficking going on through there, and especially human smuggling nowadays. Big money to be made there. I'm not surprised at all to see this. That area is heavily contested. You can many nights see firefights go on over there on the other side, just across from there.
No, I've been to the border several times. Jonathan, jump in here, because these border agents and these drug cartels are taking home billions and billions of dollars. And they are the ones who are deciding who gets into America and who doesn't. Absolutely,
Maria. I mean, and by the way, you're hearing crickets from the left right now with regard to the 134% increase in 1 month. Mr. Bensman, I have to ask you, I mean, given a situation like this, a spike like this, and obviously we don't know the ramifications today, but when you look at this, given your research and your empirical record, when you see these numbers, and obviously the cartel and these people crossing the border have virtually no respect for the Border Patrol or President Biden's administration, what do you make of this? What are the long-term ramifications or short-term? Is it more fentanyl crossing the border? Is it more crime? Is it more human trafficking? We know about the Sound of Freedom, right? What does this mean at large?
Yeah, it's a good question, because this has to impact our broader population and our country in a real way long-term, right?
Right. Two things are happening here. One is that huge spike in Arizona coincides with programs by Texas Governor Abbott to hold the line at the river's edge, to block immigrants, to create resistance against entry at hot spots all along the Texas border. What's different in Arizona is you have a Democratic governor there, also in California and New Mexico, and this spike in Arizona directly coincides with the resistance in Texas. So this looks to me like it is a path of least resistance. The numbers are only going to go up. That's the first reason. The second reason is that the Biden administration has been giving out hundreds of thousands of entry permits for people to cross at ports of entry. Those lines are getting really long. People are sick of those lines in Mexico. Hundreds of thousands are waiting for these permits, and they're peeling off and crossing illegally now and getting in just the same. The administration is letting all of them in. I was just at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport recently on a layover, and the place was filled with immigrants carrying their DHS papers.
Wow. Is that right? Well, I mean, look, Democrat Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey declared a state of emergency over the surge of migrants there. She says social services are overwhelmed. She's calling for more funding from the federal government. And then you look at some place like New York City, expected to take in 5 more buses today, after Mayor Eric Adams said last week that there's just no more room in the city. Adams announced plans earlier this week for a new taxpayer-funded tent city on Randall's Island that'll house 2,000 migrant men. I mean, Todd, the city in New York is running out of space. What do you think this is going to look like longer term when you've got all of these illegal migrants coming into a city like New York? He's got to find new places to house them. And now he's talking about this tent city on Randall's Island for largely just men.
Right. Well, American cities and towns from coast to coast are suffering, often in silence, this mass migration from the border. And they should stop asking for federal bailout money to take care of it and start demanding that the Biden administration close the open spigot on the southern border, like in Arizona, what we were just talking about, and certain other hot spots. This is not going to stop anytime soon because the administration is letting everyone in, whether they're bringing them in over the ports of entry on the CBP One app, the entry permits that they're giving out, or people crossing illegally. Everybody gets in. So where are they going to go? They're going to go to American cities that are providing food, shelter,
right.
clothing, everything they need, medical attention. The longer this spigot is open, the more, and those cities, which are sanctuary cities, are providing all the free stuff, you're going to have this.
And there's a real cost to that. And you know, the money is tight. That's what Mayor Adams is talking about. Todd, thanks very much for weighing in on all of that. Todd Bensman joining us this morning on that